Tesla's referral program is finally back, and for some people they're going to really like it, other people maybe not quite as much as the old program. Today we're going to do a deep dive into how the program works. I'm going to show you all around the app and how to use it. I'm going to show you how to find your referral code and how to send it to somebody else. First, what's the biggest difference between the old referral program and this new referral program? Well, here's what it is. With the old referral program, anytime somebody used your code that you're assigned when you buy a Tesla for the first time, you would get 1,000 free supercharging miles and they would get 1,000 free supercharging miles. It's different with solar, but we're just going to talk about cars today. With this new program, when someone buys your car, instead of getting just straight supercharger miles, you get credits. And those credits can be used to buy supercharging miles or other items, which we're going to dive deep into and how that all works here next. But before we get started, I have a question for you. If you like full self-driving videos, if you like product reviews, and step-by-step guides and tutorials all about Tesla and all kinds of Tesla content, please take a second right now, go down and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you appreciate all the work that goes into creating free content for you guys like this, do me a favor, go down and hit that like button. That's the best way to help me out here on the channel. Thanks so much for all your support. Now, let's talk about how this works. First thing you're going to do is go into your Tesla app. And you can go online and do some of this too, but in this video, we're going to talk strictly about the app because that's what most of us all have with us all the time. In the top right corner of the app, you will see looks like a little treasure box. It's called your loot box. You're going to click on that and it's going to open up to your loot box page. Now, right off the bat here, you see two different boxes. You have your credits box, which most people are going to have 0 credits until you refer your first vehicle out. And then you have your free supercharging miles and you have your miles remaining. Now you can see on mine that mine expires November 24, 2023, so this year, because what happens is when you get a referral or you send a referral or back and vice versa, it extends the expiration of your miles. So every time you get a new referral, it pushes that expiration date out further. Underneath that, you have a big referral button, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then below that, you have 3 different tabs. Now, I'll just mention in the beginning here that you cannot convert old supercharging miles into credits. So those are kind of frozen in the past. Whatever they are, that's what they're going to stay. So this 117,000 free miles that I have remaining on mine is just going to always be that, just supercharging miles. Now the home button is where we're currently at right now. Next you have the credits tab, which tells you 3 different things. The first one is the refer. So that's you as the current owner of the Tesla. What it's going to tell is if you refer your car or refer your code to somebody else and they use it to buy one of these models you're seeing here or solar panels, this is what your benefit's going to be, what your credits available is going to be. So for example, if we bought or referred out a Model 3 or Model Y, you're going to get 2,000 credits. And again, we'll talk about what that translates to in a minute. If you click on the buyer tab, the next one over, it tells you what the person who uses your code is going to get for credits. So if the same person who used your code bought the Model Y, you would get 2,000 credits and they would get 1,500 credits. Next, you have the loyalty tab. And this is where if you were to go and buy another Tesla vehicle using your code, this is the amount of credits you would get. So if I went and bought another Model Y, for example, I would get 3,500 credits. Now at the top right, you see a little blue link up there called history. If you click on that, that is going to show you, once again, that big old blue button that's on every page to refer. But also you can view your past referrals. So if you click on that, you can see not only who used your code, but you can see what the current status of those referrals are. So you can flick through them and look at all the people that have used your code over the years. And I'm going to assume it's not until the person has received the car and it's in the delivered status until you actually get your credits, just like with the old system when you got your supercharging miles. And then that last tab at the bottom, the redeem tab, is where you're going to go ahead and use those credits, and you can use them for all sorts of different things. So let's go through some examples here. So let's say that we went out then and we referred someone to a Model Y. So it says the Model Y is 2,000 credits. So we get 2,000 credits when they get delivered, when they deliver a Model Y to someone who used your code. We would go over to the redeem tab. Now on the redeem tab, you have 4 different tabs at the top of this. So the first one is the featured product. So in the current status right now, you have supercharging miles as well as you have Cybertruck raffle, which, by the way, the Cybertruck raffle is 500 credits is what it takes per entry, and you can make multiple entries. So when they start releasing the Cybertruck, you'll be in the running for one of the first Cybertrucks that gets released out to the public. You also have lifestyle, and this is where you're going to buy things like clothing, and you can get the Tesla sipping glass, things like that. Then you have accessories tab on the next one over, which is going to be all stuff specifically for the car, like chargers and floor mats, things of that nature. And then you can even use it for upgrades, which is pretty great. For 55,000 credits, for example, you can get enhanced autopilot, or if you could come up with 120,000 credits, you could actually get the full self-driving on your vehicle. So I could essentially have taken my credits or my miles, which would equal to way more than 120,000 credits, and applied that to getting full self-drive on one of our vehicles. But that can't do that because, again, they're old miles from the previous program, which don't apply to the new one. So let's say I want to get more supercharging miles. So I would come in here to the featured products tab. I would click on supercharging miles. And this is where it starts to decide if you like this new program or the old program better. Because if all you're interested in here is just supercharging miles, you're going to get less than the old program. You can see that to get 2,000 supercharging miles, it requires 4,800 credits. And to get 4,800 credits, and let's say you're only referring Model 3s or Ys, you would have to have referred out 3 vehicles or to 3 different people, and all 3 of those vehicles would have to have been delivered. So no one could have canceled or anything like that. So once they're all 3 delivered, you would have then 6,000 credits, and you would require 4,800 of those credits to be used to get those supercharging miles. Now in the past, that would only have been 2 cars, because 2 people receiving their cars using your code would have been 1,000 miles per referral, where now it's less than that. Now to get 500 miles, if you click on that, it says it's 1,500 credits. So you can get now for 1 delivery, you can get 500. So it's actually half of what the old program was, but you got 500 credits remaining. So does that make sense? So to get 2,000 miles, it says you need 4,800 credits. You get 2,000 credits per referral. So you have to refer 3 different cars out to get to 6,000 credits. You take 4,800 of those to get the 2,000 miles. And then 500 miles would require 1,500 credits, which you would have enough to get with 1 referral of the Model 3 or Y. And one thing to remember here, just like it says right in the app, is that supercharging miles will expire 6 months after they've been added to your account. So just keep that in mind. I don't know with this new program if they're going to continue to push back the date like it used to do, or if it's just you're just simply seeing new miles, or if it kind of falls off the back. Like if I did it every 5 months, am I going to keep the first, say, 1,000 supercharging miles I got because I got another code within that 6-month time? Or are those going to drop off 1 month later, even though I got another referral 5 months in, and it's just those new referral that got the new, let's say 500 miles I got, that's going to go for the next 6 months? That I don't know yet. Now, if you're someone like me who is in a position where a lot of people use your code because maybe you have a social platform like this or something else, you're going to like this new program better, especially if you're someone like myself who barely ever uses superchargers. I just charge at home. Once my account got over 100,000 free supercharging miles, I just started putting patrons and subscribers codes underneath my videos, and people are getting 20, 30, 40,000 free miles because people started using their codes instead. And the reason I did that was because they were all just going to waste for me. And even these 117,000 I have now are all going to go to waste because I just never use superchargers. But with this new program, I'll be able to take those credits and actually do something with them. I'll be able to actually take them and buy stuff at the store and maybe give them away as giveaways or gifts or something else like that. To all you guys, so that I'm going to have a lot more fun with this. It makes a lot more sense. So if you're someone who sends a lot of referrals out and you get a lot of miles in, you're going to like the store idea. But if you're someone who maybe doesn't get a lot of referrals, but you do use superchargers, you're going to miss the old system where you got twice the amount of miles each time you referred 1 vehicle out. So one thing that I'm really excited about to get using my credits for is this Model Y hitch rack. And the reason for that is I'm a big mountain biker and my Model Y has a hitch. And it's a nice compact little Tesla bike rack that you can get for that. So I need to go and take 5 referrals, get 5 people to buy a car with my code. After that happens, I'll have 10,000 credits if it's a Model 3 or Y, and then I can go and convert that into this Tesla rack. So that's something that would be interesting, to me. So to get those kind of accessories, they're a lot more expensive. You're going to refer a lot more actual people to Teslas and have those actually delivered. So again, to summarize this up, each time you give a referral out to someone else, they use your referral code and their car gets delivered, you're going to get credits based upon the car you actually referred or the buyer actually bought. They're then going to get credits based upon the buyer's tab towards their credits as well. Those credits can then be used to buy supercharging miles, accessories, or upgrades. Next, let's talk about how you refer to somebody and how you actually get your code and your link. Okay, so from pretty much anywhere like we talked about, there's that big referral blue button there. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because it's not quite as obvious on what to do as it may look here. So if we click on this blue referral button, doesn't really matter where we click on it from, you're going to see a list of all the people in your contacts. Mine are blurred out right now, assuming that your contacts are synced with your phone. But I don't recommend doing it this way. What I do instead is at the very top right here, you see that little share button. We're going to go in there and click on that share button. And then what you can do is you can actually just text it out to someone directly by just tapping text. But my method that I like using is, and this is especially if you want to see your code or see your link, just hit copy there, and it's going to copy the referral message and link to your phone. I just wish they would put the code right there to make it obvious, but for some reason they always made it a few extra steps to see this. Then go into like a notes app and then just paste it in there, and you're going to see the message that will go to somebody else. So you got all that verbiage above it, but on the bottom part it gives you the link there, and at the last part after the last / is your actual link. So mine is Cody21159. So that's what you see underneath of this video, in the comments, everywhere that I put it out there for people to use my code so they can get credits. And that's what you're going to share with your friends and family and people that you run into that want to use a credit, buy a Tesla and get credits as well. So in conclusion, you should now know enough about the referral program to know how it works, how to get credits, how to find your actual code. In the old program, every time you referred someone, they used your code and their car got delivered, you got 1,000 supercharging miles. With the new program, every time someone uses your code, their car gets delivered, you get a certain amount of credits based upon the car that they purchased. You can then use those credits to redeem them for miles, accessories, or upgrades. Let me know what you guys think about this new referral program. Do you prefer the old one or do you prefer this new one? Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.